This week's happy hour from GrooveRyde, Zosimo Maximo. Music from Steph Trivison, and of course me, the happy hour regular, Jocelyn. And now from All Saints Public House in Cleveland, it's Happy Hour with Steve Guy.
Welcome to another episode of Happy Hour with Steve Guy. Obviously I'm Steve Guy. I think that's pretty known by now if you watch the show. If this is your first time tuning in, hey, I'm Steve Guy. This is my happy hour, not at my bar, but this is All Saints Public House in Cleveland. We're so happy to be here. We have a very fun conversation with Zosimo Maximo from GrooveRyde. We're going to talk a little bit about fitness and music, how that all correlates, and some other things as well. And of course, before we get into all that in the conversation this week, we welcome in our happy hour regular, Jocelyn. What's going on?
Hey, Steve.
You, I don't know. Something's going on here.
I got wasted yesterday.
Oh,
That was
you're a little
fun.
hungover.
Yeah.
It's now happy hour, like 24 hours later. You're still hungover?
I can never say no to a drink, but today it's a little rough.
You know, there's a word that they use for people who can't say no to a drink.
What's that?
Don't worry. Here we call it Jocelyn. I won't even say that you have a problem. Don't worry.
I mean, I'm just here every week, so.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. I like this shirt. This is fancy. It's cut up a little bit, but
Yeah.
what happened? Did you?
I bought it like this.
You bought it like that?
Yeah.
Wasn't a problem in the washing machine?
No.
Oh, okay. This is fashion.
Yes, they call it fashion. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You don't really know anything
No,
about that.
we know that I don't know anything about fashion. We had a fashion designer on the show, and she taught me everything I know about fashion, which was, we didn't have enough of that chatter. We talked about too much other stuff. I should have gotten to the nitty-gritty and been like, Valerie, what looks good? Right?
Yeah.
I
You
didn't.
should have asked her today.
Yeah, I should have. Well, I'm wearing a T-shirt from my friend Chris Van Vliet. It says, vague goals get vague results. It's a nice thing, but he was a guest on the show once, so, there's a theme here. Last week I wore a T-shirt designed by John Bruton, who's on the show. Now I'm wearing this Chris Van Vliet T-shirt. Support those who support you, Jocelyn. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
What about that hat?
It's Genesee Brewery, and I can't even drink beer, but I went there one time for a job,
Oh.
corporate retreat, and I just, I couldn't get the hair to work today, so
Okay.
I wore a hat.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I just relax a little bit. Anyway, have you paid attention to the cool stuff happening around town, around the world?
NFL made history with those 3 women
They did.
at the same time.
Yeah, there was a coach for the Browns, a coach for the Washington football team, and a female referee.
I didn't even know there were female referees in the NFL.
She has been an official in the NFL for a while now. I don't want to say exactly how long, but somewhere between 5 to 10 years, I think.
Oh, wow.
But I think she is officially now like a higher up one or something. But she's been there for a while, but you haven't had that many female coaches for a while. So is this like an empowering thing? You like football, kind of.
I mean, it actually is. No, that's great.
If you
to
were a
hear.
little girl, would you look at this and be like,
Yeah, especially a male-dominated sport.
yeah?
That's crazy.
I like there are a lot of guys being douchebags about it, and like, I don't get why women, dude, like they're coaching. You know what I mean? Like football is a game of strategy, and coaching is the strategy and the scheming. And quite frankly, women, as we know, are way better at scheming than men. So why wouldn't they make good coaches?
We're a lot smarter too, so I don't
Yeah.
know why they haven't been there sooner.
Hence the good at scheming. 100%. And, it's a game of numbers. I feel like women are probably better at math. I think that's an actual statistic. So shut up, douchebags. Like, yeah, they're not out there playing. They're not going to get hit and bombarded.
It's not like lingerie football.
No, yeah, it's not like that. Those, you ever watch that?
Yeah, it's intense.
Yeah, they hit each other.
Yeah.
Can you imagine I played football, and I'm just thinking like I'd be running around in, I guess boxer briefs would be the equivalent, and what I'd have shoulder pads and a cup and a helmet, and that's it. No, thank you. Like, look at all the pads that guys wear when they play football, and those women are just frolicking around in
With thongs
bikinis.
on.
Yeah, and just crushing each other. Unbelievable. Whatever. I want to bring this up. I sent you a new song to listen to.
Oh, Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel is making music.
It's really not bad.
Did you like it? It had like an islandy kind of vibe.
Yeah, it sounds like he is singing with a mask on.
That's his voice. That's just Vin Diesel's voice.
It's not bad, but it also sounds like he has cotton balls in his mouth.
But it's weird. With Kygo?
Yeah.
Kygo? I don't know.
I'm really not sure.
I don't know. He has a song with like Selena Gomez or somebody too. I guess he's well known. But anyway, he's doing this song with Vin Diesel. And yeah, I was surprised. Feel Like I Do, I think is the name of it.
Yeah.
It's something. It was
catchy.
It is catchy.
Yeah.
I wanted to really just kind of hate it, but it's catchy. I'm like, ugh.
It wasn't fast and furious at all. It was slow and steady.
Ooh, good one. I was thinking about this. If the rumors are true and there is such a huge rivalry between he and The Rock, how long do you think until Dwayne The Rock Johnson drops an album? And if he listens to Vin Diesel's and he's like, yeah, this jam's pretty good, but I'm The Rock, so now I got to overtop this. He's gonna have like Flo Rida on it and Sia together. Like The Rock's jam is just gonna be ridiculous, and just totally try to overtake Vin Diesel.
I hope he doesn't.
You hope he doesn't?
I hope he doesn't even attempt.
The Rock sings. He sang in the movie Moana.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's already got a little bit of a singing thing.
Should just leave it alone.
All right, well, whatever.
2020 is bad enough.
Well, I feel like listening to more Vin Diesel now. So.
Is there more music?
Yeah. So while Jocelyn and I listen to Vin Diesel, grab a drink and then come on back, and I'm gonna have a conversation with our guest this week. All right, joining me now, swinging by Happy Hour, is the owner and founder of GrooveRyde. We'll talk all about what that is. Zosimo Maximo, man, thanks for swinging by and joining us here, taking time out of your workout day.
Yeah, there you go. I worked out early today, so I could be with you guys.
You were telling me that your brother's name, we're just going to get into this before anything else. Your brother's names are Frank and Cliff.
Yeah, no lie, man. Those are my oldest brothers. My oldest brothers are Frank and Cliff, right?
Yeah.
Frank was actually born in the Philippines. I'm Filipino.
Okay.
Cliff and I were born here, and I get Zosimo, fully knowing that they're going to raise me in the United States, right? So I get Zosimo, which is my dad's name, Zosimo Sr. I'm Junior.
Okay.
So
it didn't just come out of nowhere.
It didn't, but
your dad was like, I need a junior finally?
Frank, Cliff, I should have been Craig or Ron or something like that, but
Yeah.
I'll take it now. It's fun now.
It's a good name. Rolls off the tongue. It's better than Craig. You won that battle.
There you go.
Don't worry.
You go.
I already gave you water, but I always ask everybody, typically, what is your happy hour drink of choice?
My happy hour is a Kentucky Mule.
Oh,
I started on the regular, the Russian Mule, and I'm a bourbon dude, and someone was like, you ever try the bourbon version? So I was like, oh, bourbon and ginger beer.
Changed my life.
That's on the line. Yeah, that's it. I'm all about it. That's my all season drink.
That's the beauty of alcohol, is you can experiment with so many different things, because there's a tequila version as well, which is, it's just a Mexican mule, everybody calls it, and that tastes pretty delicious too as a tequila drinker.
Yeah.
It's good. But the bourbon is, that's a go-to for me.
Yeah, but water today, because you caught me right in the middle of a 45-day cleanse.
Do you do the cleanses often?
We do not, no, but I started off 2020 on a good note. Like January is always that reset for a lot of people in our industry, in the fitness industry. So I tried keto. I did 21-day keto, and I lost 15 pounds right off the bat. And then COVID hit, and it's just, the COVID-15 was real for everybody. So I just went off. I was just, eating everything in sight, and I gained it all back. So we reopened our studios in June and just kind of got a groove going again. And then the team decided to do a 45-day challenge. We started a couple weeks ago. So we got about 2.5 weeks left. And that's something we wanted to test out to roll out to our community in January. So we're almost at the end of it.
Let's talk about what GrooveRyde is, because it's more than just, I think some people have heard about it and think that, all right, just from the name alone and maybe seeing some pictures, they're like, oh, okay, it's a spinning studio, but there's so much more to it.
It is, yeah. It kind of, spin was like the first thing that we did, so it was kind of what we were known for, but it was always meant to be a multi-purpose facility. It's kind of what they call micro gyms. It's not as big as like a Lifetime or 24-hour fitness. We don't have the spas and the swimming pools, but it's all based on group fitness. So I've been a DJ all my life, ever since I was 18. And
Nice.
So music was just, we knew, my wife's totally into music, so we were like, we have to have a music component about it. So you do all the Google searches and the name searches and everything's taken, right? It's like you're lucky to find anything on a .com, attached to a .com. So, the word groove came in and we're like, that's dope. And then we're always, my wife and I are always like, we're ride or die for each other.
Yeah.
So it's kind of how it came about. Groove and Ride came together. It totally matches what we're doing on the cycle side, but it always started out as like I said, a micro gym. It started out with yoga boot camp and cycle. 5 years later, we've brought in boxing, bar, and just some cool HIIT strength exercise or strength workouts too.
And now you have 2 locations even.
Yeah, 2 locations. The original one started 5 years ago in Woodmere. July was our 5-year anniversary. Van Aken District is the newest one. That's about 1.5 years old. That's in Shaker Heights. And we did have downtown. Downtown opened 2017, and we ran it for about 2 years. We had some building issues that kind of forced us to leave. But,
what kind of challenges are you guys facing right now with COVID? Because I know gyms have opened back up, but certainly there's people who are nervous about going again, and especially, I mean, you're sitting there doing group fitness classes, right? So you're around people.
Yeah. So we, group fitness is based on, you profitable when you got 100 people squeezed into 700 square feet. If you've ever been to a popular yoga class, you're 6 inches from the next person, sweating and breathing inhales and exhales pretty deeply. So not only us, but our whole industry has been impacted because of social distancing. So our bikes are normally, a foot apart, and now they're 6 feet apart. So it has taken, capacity is cut by more than 50%, and then you got to fill the room just to get the 50% capacity. And there's just a lot of people still not comfortable coming in, but fortunately there are a lot of people that are willing to come in, and we're doing everything, checking temperatures, and you got to wear your mask. You could take it off, actually. That's a Ohio mandate. You could take it off once you start exercising.
Okay.
So once you get to our station, everything's socially distanced. We're doing a lot of extra cleaning. Disinfecting everything. Our studio, it was always clean, but it's like super duper uber clean. And knock on wood, we're 3.5 months in. No reports of positive cases from our staff or our members.
That's awesome.
It's been, we're very lucky.
And you guys, you're doing some virtual stuff too, I think, right?
Yeah. So we, we got the news, early March that there probably could be a lockdown, 2 weeks,
Right.
So, but we're scrambling, everyone's scrambling to stay open.
Yeah.
So we're all already distancing the bikes and the equipment, doing the extra cleaning, and then March 17th, we decided to close. I think we decided to close that the night before, and then on the 17th came the mandate and was like, you're done.
Yeah.
So we just came off of this big sale. You know, we have these flash sales to kind of just drive membership, and we're like, oh my God, all these people bought new packages. You know, we don't do, you know, you can do yearly memberships and monthly, but most people just buy like a drop-in or 5 or 10 passes. So we were like, we got to deliver, and we got to deliver quickly. And, you know, we didn't know much about Zoom. I'd been on a couple of Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
But being a music guy, I'm like, where's the place where we can actually run music without it being taken down? And
right.
It wasn't Facebook, because I'm a DJ and I would
they
Facebook
kick you off
Live
real
and
fast.
they kick me off within 2 songs. Wasn't Instagram, so we looked into Zoom, and within 48 hours, we just kind of made the decision. We have a talented team, and we were just like, who knows what about Zoom? And everyone just kind of got together, and we committed, and we got the teachers in line, and we launched a digital studio within 48 hours and transitioned a good amount of people over there.
Yeah, because you're doing a lot of things where people can, it could be at home. Like you can do a boot camp class at home as long as you have the equipment, but like a lot of stuff that you do doesn't require a ton of equipment, which is nice. So like I could do yoga at home as long as my instructor's telling me what to do. So it worked out nice. Before we wind down and get you out of here, I kind of want to go backwards because you're from Cleveland, but you weren't in Cleveland for an extended period of time, but found your way back here. And I know you said music, but you were even a producer for some shows on MTV, like everybody's favorite Room Raiders.
That was another life. Yeah, so actually I grew up closer to Columbus, and then went to High State, ended up in New York, worked for 10 years actually in the fashion industry. I had my own streetwear line and everything. But film was always like a passion, and was always inspired by, you know, independent films and cool shit. And so I met my wife in New York, who was an actress at the time, and I just started taking some classes at night in New York at the New School, and made a short film, sent it into Pasadena Art Center, which was a film school and art school out there, and got into the graduate film program. So it's like, we're going.
Yeah.
So we just packed up our bags, ended up in LA, went to school, Pasadena for 2 years, and then got a job with MTV right out the gate. And Room Raiders was my first show, man. Spent a lot of time in a lot of kids' bedrooms across America.
That doesn't sound creepy at all.
It's very creepy. It's very creepy. And you guys are in production, so you know, it's like, where's the director right now? I'm behind a bed with a little monitor tucked in a corner while kids are going around other, you know, kids' rooms with a black light. So with 3 years of my life.
So when the opportunity to move back home to Ohio came up, you're like, yeah, this doesn't sound so bad.
It didn't. Yeah, I was like, what? You know, there were times when I was sitting in that little corner with my monitor going, this can't be my life. So, you know, we ended up here. You know, we actually had a good run in the industry. I worked in the industry for nearly 15 years.
Oh, okay.
My wife was an actress for even longer than that. And then we started having kids and overpriced condo in LA, and I was like, I can do video anywhere in the country, you know, anywhere.
Yeah.
And my wife got into fitness at the time, and she was working for Lululemon. She got offered a job here at the Eaton store.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it was a great opportunity for her, and at the same time, I got a job with a company called Stack Media, which had was a high school fitness magazine that wanted to transition online. So I came in from LA to put it online.
And then the fitness just kept going, and bam,
and then
GrooveRyde.
There it is.
If people want information on GrooveRyde, how can they find it?
GrooveRyde.com. It's GrooveRyde. So it's
there you go.
Because our ID.com was taken.
Yeah, our YDE
we had to do
cooler,
the Y does make it a lot cooler.
That's very.
So GrooveRyde.com, and our IG which is just GrooveRyde.
It's very DJ-esque of you to make it RYDE.
It is.
Zosimo, thanks so much for swinging by Happy Hour, man. And hey, best of luck. I know this is a very challenging time for everybody, but I got confidence. You're going to figure it out.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's Cleveland, man. We get a ton of support. So
Cleveland loves Cleveland.
They do. Thank you, Cleveland.
Thanks so much to Zosimo for swinging by happy hour. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that conversation as much as I did. I got some drinks to pour because Jocelyn's back and she is a lush. But while I'm doing that, we've got some music for you from Steph Trivison. This is off of her upcoming solo album called Omen. This is Envy.
To cry just as you walked out the door, but I will get stronger, the days will grow longer, in time I'll get over you. For now I've got a little bit of envy that she's getting all your attention, and I think I know where this is going, but you don't know.
All right, so we've come to the portion of our show. It's it's the last call essentially. But before we go, we always want to give a shout out to somebody that's done something awesome in the community, athletic achievement, whatever. Don't forget that you can nominate somebody for this. Email us happyhoursteveguy@gmail.com. This is Here's to You, where we raise our glasses and literally just say, hey, here's to you, and give cheers to somebody that did something really cool and positive. That's what we're trying to do. This shout out goes to Browns safety. You got traded here from the Jacksonville Jaguars at the beginning of the season. Ronnie Harrison, the story broke last weekend that he actually pulled over on the side of the road because he saw a guy stranded, jacked up to the dude's car, and changed his tire for him. This is an NFL safety who probably doesn't need to do that. No business doing it, but he pulled over and did it anyways, and that's awesome. That's the kind of good Samaritan stuff you love to see out of anybody, let alone an NFL player. So, Ronnie Harrison, here's to you. And that's going to do it for this week's episode of Happy Hour with Steve Guy. Thanks to my guest, Zosimo Maximo. Thanks to Steph Trivison for that awesome music. And thanks to all of you for watching. And, of course, All Saints Public House here in Cleveland. Until next time, thanks for swinging by Happy Hour with Steve Guy.